Have you ever wondered what it would be like if you could subtly control the conversations and situations around you? In today's video, I'm going to share 20 simple psychological tricks that will teach you how to influence people and stand out in any environment discreetly. These strategies are based on solid psychological principles, ranging from body language techniques to choosing the right words at the right moments. The best part is that these techniques are accessible to anyone and can be learned and applied immediately in your daily life. By watching this video, you'll not only understand how the psychology of influence works but also learn how to use it ethically, improving your relationships, whether at work, with friends, or at home. Imagine the advantage of knowing exactly how to act in crucial situations. Think about how many times you felt lost in a discussion or tried to convince someone of something important to you. How would you feel if you had the tools necessary to steer the conversation in your favor? If you're ready to enhance your communication skills and gain more confidence in your interactions, stay with me. Let's explore 20 psychological tricks that can make all the difference. Before we get started, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any new content. And if you're interested, check out our exclusive material in the pinned comment at the end of the video. Without further ado, let's get started. Understanding psychological tricks. Before diving into the tricks that promise to give you new control over daily interactions, it's essential to understand what they are and how they work. These tricks are techniques grounded in psychological principles that help shape the behavior and decisions of those around us in a discreet and often invisible way. It's important to emphasize that controlling situations or individuals doesn't mean negative manipulation or exploitation. The goal is to better understand social dynamics and use this knowledge to create positive outcomes for everyone involved. This can be useful in a variety of situations, from negotiating a pay raise to maintaining harmony at home. Have you ever noticed how some people have the talent to enter a room and instantly win everyone's sympathy? Or how certain negotiators always seem to get the best deals? This is the result of an intuitive or acquired understanding of the psychological principles that govern human interactions. The good news is that these skills can be learned and refined. Throughout this video, we'll analyze 20 of these tricks, explaining how each one works and how you can use them in specific situations. From improving your body language to knowing when and how to ask the right questions, these techniques will provide you with the necessary tools to increase your social influence. However, it's crucial to remember the responsibility that comes with this type of knowledge. Using these tricks selfishly to manipulate or harm someone can lead to negative consequences, not only for others but also for yourself. Therefore, as we explore these techniques, we'll emphasize the importance of using them ethically and fairly, starting with the tricks 1. Mirroring. Let's start with the first psychological trick, mirroring. Imagine you're talking to someone and, in a subtle way, you begin to imitate their gestures, such as a slight tilt of the head or facial expressions. This is what we call mirroring. Although it seems simple, this technique has an incredible power to create a quick and deep connection between two people. By mirroring someone, you send an unconscious signal of rapport, making the person feel more comfortable and understood, thus facilitating communication. The key is to be discreet. You don't want the other person to notice this explicitly. Point 2. Strategic use of eye contact. After learning about mirroring, let's move on to the next trick, the strategic use of eye contact. Maintaining proper eye contact is just as important as knowing when to mirror someone's gestures. Eye contact can convey confidence, sincerity, and interest, which are essential for strengthening any type of relationship. The secret is finding the right balance. Too much eye contact can be intimidating, while too little can make you appear disinterested. Point 3. Active listening. Another essential trick is active listening. This technique involves not just hearing but also understanding and responding appropriately to what is being said. By practicing active listening, you show that you value the other person's words, significantly deepening your connections. This includes nodding, asking relevant questions, and paraphrasing what was said to ensure proper understanding. Point 4. Using names. Continuing our journey of communication improvement, a highly effective trick is using people's names. After establishing an initial connection, using someone's name during the conversation shows interest and respect, strengthening the bond between you. Point 5. Limiting options. Once you've established a personal connection, you can apply the technique of limiting options. This is useful when you want someone to make a decision without feeling overwhelmed. By reducing the available choices, you simplify the process and can subtly guide the decision toward a desired outcome. Point 6. Genuine compliments. After simplifying the options, another trick that strengthens relationships is giving genuine compliments. Recognizing a specific effort or quality sincerely not only boosts morale but also motivates the person to continue contributing positively. Point 7. The why technique. Understanding the why is crucial. People tend to act more when they understand the reason behind a request. Clearly explaining why an action is needed can be decisive in getting someone's commitment. Point 8. Appealing to the other person's interests. An effective trick is making appeals that consider the other person's personal interests. This shows respect and creates common ground, increasing the likelihood of engagement and support. Point 9. Reciprocity. Reciprocity is a powerful social norm. By helping someone, you create the expectation that the person will feel inclined to reciprocate, which can strengthen relationships and lay the foundation for future collaborations. Point 10. Establishing authority. Establishing yourself as an authority in a subject inspires confidence. Demonstrating knowledge and competence increases the effectiveness of your recommendations and guidance, making people feel more comfortable following your directions. Point 11. Principle of scarcity. The principle of scarcity makes people value opportunities perceived as limited. Highlighting an idea's exclusivity can increase urgency and desire to participate. Point 12. Commitment and consistency. People tend to act consistently with their previous commitments. After creating a sense of urgency, you can ask for an initial commitment, which reinforces the idea that the person is actively involved. Point 13. Use of contrast. Contrast is a powerful technique to highlight the value of one option compared to a less attractive one. Presenting options this way facilitates decision-making and helps people feel more confident in their choices. Point 14. The power of silence. Silence, when used strategically, can be a powerful tool. It allows you to gain time, observe reactions, and even encourage others to reveal more information. Point 15. Validating feelings. Lastly, validating others' feelings is essential. It demonstrates understanding and acceptance, strengthening relationships. By acknowledging and respecting others' emotions, you create an environment of trust and openness. Point 16. Discussion and reflection. After validating someone's feelings, it's crucial to create space for discussion and reflection. This step allows everyone involved to process the shared information and consider their own positions and emotions more deeply. When you validate someone's concerns, it opens the door for a more meaningful conversation. For example, after acknowledging a colleague's insecurities, you can invite them to reflect on the next steps by saying something like, "Now that we understand each other's perspectives on this issue, what do you think we could do moving forward?" This not only shows that you value the other person's input but also encourages them to actively participate in finding a solution. Point 17. Positive encouragement. Positive encouragement is a powerful tool for boosting motivation and maintaining morale. Recognizing and celebrating small achievements along the way can help individuals feel more appreciated and engaged. A simple, "Great job, team. We're making great progress," after reaching a milestone can significantly influence the group's willingness to continue putting in the effort. Positive encouragement fosters an environment where people feel valued and acknowledged, leading to increased productivity and collaboration. When individuals know that their efforts are being recognized, they're more likely to stay committed and strive for excellence. Point 18. Adjusting your tone of voice. Your tone of voice can make a significant difference in how your message is received. Adapting your tone to fit the situation and the person you're speaking to can help convey your intentions more effectively. A calm and supportive tone can help ease a tense situation, while a more assertive tone may be necessary when making critical decisions. Being mindful of your tone and cadence not only helps communicate your emotions but also affects how others perceive your message. By adjusting your tone appropriately, you can create a more open and receptive environment that promotes constructive interactions. Point 19. Flexibility and openness. Flexibility and openness are key traits in effective communication. Showing a willingness to consider different perspectives can encourage others to share their opinions and concerns. In a collaborative setting, this flexibility can lead to more creative and innovative solutions. When participating in discussions, try to ask open-ended questions that invite others to contribute their ideas. For instance, instead of asking, "Do you agree with this?" try asking, "What are your thoughts on this approach?" This not only demonstrates that you value their input but also fosters a safe space for meaningful dialogue. Point 20. Practicing empathy. Practicing empathy is one of the most important aspects of building meaningful connections. Putting yourself in someone else's shoes and understanding their perspectives and emotions can significantly improve the quality of your interactions. Empathy not only strengthens bonds between people but also creates a more collaborative and understanding environment. When engaging with someone, make a conscious effort to actively listen and understand their emotions. Simple statements like, "It sounds like this situation is really affecting you, and I completely understand why," can go a long way in establishing trust and deepening the relationship. Exploring more on influence and communication. If you'd like to dive deeper into the topics of influence and communication, here are some additional resources you can explore. 1. Recommended reading: How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. This timeless book is a guide on building relationships and influencing those around you. Influence: The Psychology of Persuasion by Robert Cialdini. This book explores the principles of persuasion and how to apply them in various life situations. The Power of Listening by John Stoker, a book that focuses on the importance of active listening and how it can improve interpersonal relationships. Point 2. Courses and workshops. Consider enrolling in courses or workshops on communication, negotiation, or psychology. These programs often provide a practical and interactive approach, allowing you to experiment with these tricks in real time and receive instant feedback. Point 3. Practice groups. Joining or forming a practice group can be a great way to apply and refine your communication skills. These groups offer a safe environment to test new techniques, share experiences, and receive mutual support. Point 4. Self-assessment. After applying the discussed techniques, conduct a self-assessment. Ask yourself what worked well and where you could improve. Self-assessment is a powerful tool for personal growth, allowing you to reflect on your interactions and adjust your approach as needed. Point 5. Empathy exercises. Practice empathy in everyday situations. This can include paying attention to the emotions of those around you, asking open-ended questions, and showing genuine interest in others' experiences. Over time, this will become a natural part of your interactions. Mastering the art of influence and communication is a skill that can be developed and honed. By exploring these psychological tricks and applying them in your daily life, you'll have the opportunity to build more meaningful relationships, improve your ability to persuade, and create a more collaborative and harmonious environment around you. I hope you enjoyed this video and found these tips helpful in your journey. Don't forget to leave a comment below on how you plan to apply these tricks in your life. See you next time. 6. Genuine compliments. Description: Offering sincere compliments can reinforce positive behaviors and strengthen bonds between individuals. Scientific basis: Positive reinforcement is a central concept in B.F. Skinner's operant conditioning theory. Studies show that genuine compliments can motivate desirable behaviors and boost an individual's self-esteem. When people receive recognition for specific qualities or efforts, they feel valued and are more likely to continue displaying those positive behaviors. Point 7. The why technique. Description: Explaining the reason behind a request can significantly increase people's willingness to comply. Scientific basis: Research shows that when people are given a logical explanation for a request, they tend to be more cooperative. A classic study by Langer et al., 1978, demonstrated that using the word "because" in a request increased compliance rates, even when the given reason was irrelevant. This shows that people are naturally more inclined to act when they understand the why behind a request. Point 8. Appealing to the other person's interests. Description: Connecting your proposals to the other person's interests and values can increase engagement and cooperation. Scientific basis: The self-determination theory suggests that people are more motivated to act when their personal needs and interests are considered. Aligning your proposal with what the other person values increases the likelihood of engagement and support. This approach fosters a sense of mutual benefit and respect, leading to more productive interactions. Point 9. Reciprocity description. Reciprocity is a social norm that suggests people feel the need to return favors. Scientific basis. Reciprocity is one of the most fundamental social norms, as discussed by Robert Cialdini in his book Influence, The Psychology of Persuasion. Studies show that when someone does a favor, the other person feels compelled to reciprocate, which creates a positive cycle of mutual support and cooperation. Point 10. Establishing authority description. Demonstrating expertise and competence in a particular subject increases others' confidence in your opinions and recommendations. Scientific basis. The trust theory indicates that perceived authority is a crucial element of persuasion. People are more likely to follow the guidance of someone who exhibits expertise and credibility. Research on authority and credibility has shown that people tend to respect and respond more positively to advice coming from someone who appears knowledgeable and competent. Point 11. Principle of scarcity description. Highlighting the scarcity of resources or opportunities can increase their perceived value. Scientific basis. The scarcity principle is widely studied in consumer psychology. Research shows that people value things more when they perceive them as limited or exclusive, which creates a sense of urgency in decision-making. This aligns with the scarcity effect used in marketing, where highlighting the limited availability of a product increases its desirability. Point 12. Commitment and consistency description. People tend to act in a way that is consistent with their previous commitments. Scientific basis. The concept of commitment and consistency is central to Cialdini's work on persuasion. Once people make a verbal or written commitment, they are more likely to follow through with their actions to maintain consistency with their self-image and previous statements. This principle is used in sales and negotiations to encourage long-term engagement. Point 13. Use of contrast description. Presenting options in contrast can enhance the perceived value of one option over another. Scientific basis. Contrast theory suggests that when two options are presented side by side, the perceived difference between them becomes more evident. This technique is frequently used in marketing to highlight the advantages of one product or service in comparison to another, making the preferred choice more appealing. Point 14. The power of silence description. Using silence strategically can encourage others to open up and share more information. Scientific basis. Silence can be a powerful communication tool. Studies show that well-placed pauses can create tension and prompt the other person to fill the gap with valuable information or emotional expressions. This can lead to deeper understanding and stronger connections, as the other person feels heard and validated. Point 5. Validating feelings description. Acknowledging and validating someone's feelings creates an environment of trust and empathy. Scientific basis. Emotional validation is a key component of building strong relationships and is widely used in clinical psychology. When people feel that their emotions are recognized and understood, they tend to communicate more openly and honestly. Validating feelings helps to reduce emotional intensity and fosters a more supportive and understanding atmosphere. Point 16. Discussion and reflection description. Creating space for people to reflect on their opinions and emotions can deepen the conversation and understanding. Scientific basis. Active reflection, where people are encouraged to think critically about their responses and emotions, leads to deeper insight and more meaningful engagement in discussions. This aligns with the principles of collaborative learning, where shared reflection promotes a better understanding of different perspectives and helps resolve conflicts more effectively. Point 17. Positive encouragement description. Compliments and encouragement can increase motivation and performance. Scientific basis. Studies demonstrate that positive reinforcement is highly effective in boosting motivation. When people receive acknowledgement and encouragement for their efforts, they tend to work harder and feel more satisfied with their interactions. Positive reinforcement can strengthen relationships and foster a more productive environment. Point 18. Adjusting your tone of voice description. Adjusting your tone of voice to suit the context and person you are speaking with can increase receptiveness. Scientific basis. Nonverbal communication, including tone of voice, plays a significant role in how messages are perceived. Research shows that tone can convey emotions and intentions that complement the verbal content, influencing how the other person responds. For example, A calm tone can diffuse a tense situation, while an assertive tone can show decisiveness and confidence when making critical decisions. Point 19. Flexibility and openness description. Being open and flexible to new ideas can encourage collaboration and creativity. Scientific basis. The openness to experience theory suggests that flexibility is a trait that facilitates creative problem solving. Being receptive to new ideas improves group dynamics and enhances the effectiveness of collaborative decision-making. This trait helps create a more inclusive environment where everyone feels their ideas are valued. Point 20. Practicing empathy description. Putting yourself in someone else's shoes and understanding their perspectives can strengthen relationships. Scientific basis. Empathy is a cornerstone of building human connections. Research in social psychology shows that empathy not only improves communication but also leads to prosocial behaviors, meaning actions that benefit others. Practicing empathy helps create a more supportive and compassionate environment where people feel understood and appreciated. Applying these 20 psychological tricks can have a significant impact on your daily interactions. Understanding the scientific foundations behind each technique not only validates their effectiveness but also boosts your confidence when using them. By incorporating these practices into your life, you can enhance your communication skills and build healthier, more productive relationships. I hope you found these tips valuable and insightful. Let me know in the comments how you plan to use these tricks in your life. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with others who could benefit from learning these psychological techniques. See you in the next video.